Have you ever stopped to think how a single act of courage can change the destiny of an entire world? In the silent darkness of a fateful night at the sanctuary, a gold saint made the boldest decision of his life. It wasn't a battle against an enemy. It was against the system itself, against those he once swore to protect. And right there, in that moment, Aiolos of Sagittarius didn't just save a child, he sealed his own fate. The story begins with an unsettling silence hanging over the sanctuary. The cold winds flowing down from the mountains seemed to whisper forbidden secret. Within the sacred walls, a sinister plan was unfolding. The Pope, or rather, the impostor who had stolen that title, had plotted to assassinate the reincarnation of the goddess Athena, still a defenseless infant, an act so vile it would shock even the cruelest warrior. Aiolos, a respected and beloved gold saint, was walking through the golden corridors when he overheard echoes of a conspiracy. He didn't know what he'd find, but what he saw changed everything. In the main hall, standing before a sacred cradle, the false pope held a blade. The target, a tiny baby wrapped in white cloth, calm and unaware of the cruel fate awaiting her. Without hesitation, Aiolos acted like a golden flash tearing through the night. He intercepted the strike, saving Athena at the last second. But this heroic act was seen as treason. The entire sanctuary turned against him. In an instant, the Sagittarius saint went from exemplary protector to public enemy number one. With Athena in his arms, Aiolos ran through the sanctuary's corridors. His footsteps echoed like silent thunder, each one carrying him further from glory and closer to exile. Guards, silver saints, and even some gold saints tried to stop him. But Aiolos wasn't fighting for power. He was fighting for faith, for hope, for the tiny life that would one day save the world. As he descended the stairways, Aiolos locked eyes with Shura of Capricorn. A moment of pure tension. Shura, loyal to the Pope, truly believed he was facing a traitor. The spiritual blades of Capricorn gleamed in the dark. Aiolos tried to explain, to plead for reason, but blind loyalty shouted louder. The two clashed in a tragic duel. Shura, unaware of the truth, mortally wounded his comrade, and bleeding, Aiolos managed to escape with the baby in his arms. Far from the sanctuary, hidden in the shadows of Greece, Aiolos found brief refuge. He knew his life was running out of time, but not his mission. His eyes shone with the same intensity as the stars that guided the saints. Athena had to survive. It was more than duty, it was destiny. Then the wind howled fiercely, as if the cosmos itself was showing the way. Aiolos reached the outskirts of a quiet village. There, he met a man of pure heart, Mitsu, a meeting that, at first glance, seemed simple, but carried the weight of the world's future. With his last strength, Aiolos handed the baby to Mitsu. Along with her, he left the Sagittarius cloth, a symbol of protection, hope, and legacy. He knew he wouldn't live to see the girl grow, nor witness the battles she would face, but in that moment, he planted the seed of a new era. Before we continue, quick break. If you also create content, stream, or record podcasts, listen up. The Shure MV7 Plus, with its articulating arm, is simply amazing. It combines professional audio quality with practical design, perfect for capturing crystal clear voice while making your setup look like a real studio. If you're serious about leveling up your content, it's worth checking out. Now, back to Aiolos' journey. While Athena grew up in Japan, protected by the Keto Foundation, Aiolos' image was twisted inside the sanctuary. The false pope spread lies, branding him a traitor. His name was stained, his sacrifice forgotten. The very saints who were meant to fight for justice spent years believing he had turned against them. But the cosmos, doesn't forget. Years later, when Seiya and the other Bronze Saints began their fight against corruption, the truth started to surface. The Sagittarius cloth became a divine symbol of protection, appearing at crucial moments to defend Athena and her warriors. And every golden arrow fired in the name of justice carried the echo of a vow made that distant night. I will protect her, no matter the cost. Aiolos' act wasn't just heroic. It was a turning point. He chose to defy a rotten system to protect the truth. He chose death to ensure a goddess's life. He chose to be forgotten so others could remember the true purpose of the saints. To fight for justice, even if it means facing their own brothers. And so, Aiolos' name became a whispered reverence among the few who knew the truth. To the world, he was the traitor saint, but to the cosmos, he was the true guardian. His legacy wasn't in the victories he achieved, but in the future he made possible. And here's the question. If you were in Aiolos' place, knowing your heroic act would make you a villain in the eyes of the world, would you have the courage to see it through to the end?